Okay, Thursday, August 9, I believe.
10.
August 10. We're in the parking lot of Eisenhower Presidential Museum in Abilene, Kansas. And then after that, we might go to the Greyhound Museum across the street. We are going to the Greyhound. All right. Walking distance, not too bad, approximately half a mile. I don't know. I guess it's some kind of chapel, eh? I guess. To the visitor center. There's all kind of crowds in here. What is it, a gift store? Man, people everywhere.
130, so we'll go with 130.
That's what all those people were in there for, the bus, some kind of farm tour. We'll come back here. Yeah. It's funny how they got the boyhood home here. Not a very big, real big house, but must have been sitting in the middle of his farm here. All right. Yeah. The Abilene train. There's a motorhome way over here. You can't see it, of course. It's a big library. Impressive library. A lot more impressive. Yeah, look at the theater. Windy. See our motorhome way over there. Take you to the boyhood home.
So was this a neighborhood at one time and it was cleared for the museum?
Sir, if you would latch the screen door for me there, that's our high-tech 1900 security doors. Go ahead and close the door if you would, thank you. Well, folks, my name is Jim. I'm going to be your guide through the home of David and Ida Eisenhower, Dwight's parents. Dwight grew up in this home from the ages of 8 to the time that he was 20 when he left from this home to go to West Point. I will let you know that any of you are welcome to take photographs as long as there's no flash. And now the home was originally built in 1887. This was the first home built in this new neighborhood, built right here where you see it. It's never been moved. There were about 12 homes here, all of which were removed for this to be a presidential site. About 8 of the homes still exist in the town around and are still lived in as residents. David and Ida had a chance to buy this home in 1898 from one of David's brothers. They moved in their family from a little 3-room house they'd been living in up across the tracks. This was a nice move because in the 3-room home, they'd only had 1 bedroom for the whole family. Here they had 3. Here on the staircase, we do have the 3 pictures of the upstairs bedrooms. Number 1 at the top of the stairs was the parents' new master bedroom, First time they'd had a bedroom without having to share with any of the kids. But they didn't get very far away. They had a connecting door to bedroom number 2 where they put 5 of the boys all together in that one room. You would think that probably a tornado or something went through that room. They were pretty well behaved boys. The oldest son did have his own private bedroom that he didn't have to share. His big space, well, if you look at the ceiling right over your head, just above you is the entire square footage of Arthur's big bedroom. And it came equipped with no brothers. Now, one of the things I'd like to share with you folks is that all of the artifacts that you're going to see in this house are indeed original. When Ida passed away in 1946, the family came in and cleaned up the home, removing all the personal items that didn't need to be shown. And this was going to be a new museum ahead of the big museum being built. They did remove everything except for what you see here. Everything that's in these rooms was here when the Eisenhowers lived here. So we've got 2 rooms up here in the front. I want to tell you a little bit about both of them before you go into. Ida would have always kept closed off, only ever used for very special occasions, typical of a home in that era to have a room like that. But the room also very important because it housed their only official birth records. Now, birth certificates never started happening until after 1911. The official birth records at that time were kept in the family Bible. We do have their family Bible in the corner, and right in the middle, who died of diphtheria when he was only 8 months old. So 6 boys, no girls, moved in. That wall was an outside wall. The parents began to realize that the boys were growing pretty fast and they needed more space. So they knocked a hole in the outside wall and built a new master bedroom for Mom and Dad and another bedroom, nothing all.
How was the laundry done here?
An old big ground wash.
You, by the time of Ida's death.
You can also take pictures from this side over here.
Okay.
A little more of the back parlor. Woodwork we painted.
In the kitchen.
Painted, we believe it was painted by Ida.
So this one,
Bathroom.
back parlor.
Right.
So who played piano in the family?
We'll get you there.
Okay.
In the kitchen.
They would read until one of them made a mistake. When he did, she'd correct it, pass it on to the next boy. We'd repeat that process 6 times until all the boys had read. Then it came time for family entertainment time, and the very favorite in this house would always be Mom's piano.
Yeah.
A very accomplished pianist at 19, with money she'd inherited from her family, found a mail order catalog with custom-made pianos in it, made in Boston. She ordered one, they made it, they shipped it out here to Kansas. She paid $1,400 for that piano.
Man.
That was before her marriage, that was her offering to the marriage. She did attempt to teach all 6 of her boys how to play. We have an interesting way of knowing which ones were and which ones weren't successful. If you were okay, you got your picture put on top of it. Both of them are the best brand names in antique clocks. These 2 were the wedding presents to David and Ida in 1886, and at the local store they would have cost $2.98. Today, the Seth Thomas worth in the 6 digits. Listening to the European news broadcast so she could hear about her son. She actually got to hear one of his speeches live on that radio. Shot a wood-burning cook stove. It stood right here where this sideboard is. She cooked then for the family on a long trestle table that ran all the way up through the center of the room. She used to say that she never knew whether she'd have 8 or 18 for dinner, but everybody would be fed well. Seems like the boys understood a pretty neat trick. You invite your friends over just to play at about dinner time. Mom would invite them all in. Then after the boys all grew up and left, they got rid of the big trestle table. This became the one that Mom and Dad used for the rest of their years. This door here led down into the basement where they did have a full root cellar where they housed all the root vegetables, plus the about 800 quarts of canned product that she made every year. Refrigeration engineer, maintaining the enormous ice block equipment, keeping the boiler running. That boiler actually did blow up twice during his time working there. He escaped it both times. So this became the message to his family when he hung up his hat, he was home safe. Telephone installed right there in the corner in 1913. That's the very phone that Ida was still using in 1946. This room here was the other bedroom that they added when they added Mom and Dad's room. This was Grandpa Jacob's bedroom until he passed in 1906. In 1907, the dad and the boys sat down, did a home study course in plumbing, figured out what they needed, figured out how much trenching they would need. They figured out that there was about 400 foot of trench that needed. Dad said, no problem, I got 6 little ditch diggers, who'll take care of that problem. Can you guys imagine not having a bathroom? What the heck would you do without a bathroom? You ever heard of an outhouse? So now we got the other problem though. What do you do about baths? Of course, you guys never need to bathe, right? You never get a proofing box. That's what Ida used to make up a big batch of bread dough, put the lid on it by the stove so the bread dough would rise. You'd then take it out, cut it up. She was making 9 loaves of bread every other day.
Wow.
100th anniversary of the birth of George Washington. The silver coffee urn in 1936 was the 50th wedding anniversary gift to the parents from the boys. It's actually an interesting piece. There were not many electric appliances in that era. That one is electric. Just up above Dwight, I think we'll consider him one of the successes. His brother Roy owned the only pharmacy in nearby Junction City that also served all of Fort Riley, Kansas. And I said the second one was Earl. The second one was Edgar. The youngest one, Earl, had a degree as an electrical engineer, ran a newspaper in Illinois as its publisher until he ran for Congress. He was a one-term congressman from Illinois. He moved to Phoenix, Arizona, where he helped design the entire electric grid for all of Phoenix, Arizona. Little brother Milton, the baby in the family, is the one the brothers all call the genius in the family. I call him the genius because he's the only boy that graduated from a Kansas school. Somebody did it. He graduated from Kansas State. He worked for the federal government for several years until he returned home. He was then named president of Kansas State University. He went on to be the president of Penn State and then Johns Hopkins University and an advisor to his own brother in the White House. They put on 2 Wiley himself.
Thank you. Well, so much for the Eisenhower home tour. Didn't get to go upstairs.
Big circle right back out here. Restroom and water fountain here. Just no flash photos and phones on you, please. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see. Where's the quotation?
Edgar, of course, Dwight. That's the great-grandmother.
No, this is Mom.
Oh, there's his mom. And Milton is his brother, eh? 6 boys.
Right. So the dad was born in 1826. 62.
Yep, did the interstate. Uh, 1969. That's the cathedral right there. The church, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely gotta go out there.
All humanity shares a common hunger for peace and fellowship and justice.
These are gifts.
Hmm? Ah, the numbers. Well, it's like an art gallery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. It's just
Yeah, I'm gonna
like walking through an art gallery.
go on this side. It's a little bit.
Okay, our last visit to the graves. Well, now we're going across to the Greyhound Hall of Fame. If we hurry, we can make it. Eisenhower Center. Okay. Yeah.
Hello. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. Thank
Can we come in there?
you.
Oh my goodness.
We have one outside.
How are
and
you
one
doing?
inside.
Oh, hello. You're skinny.
Oh, she's 13 years old.
13 years old. My goodness. You want to go home with us?
And she was an actual racer, huh?
Yep.
Oh,
Both of
such
them
a
are ex-racers, the one
fast
outside and her.
girl.
One outside is only 6.
Oh, such a
My
fast
goodness.
girl. Yes.
Did you
What a-
chase that little rabbit?
What a little hostess.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have a nice 10-minute video to start your tour if you're interested.
Sure.
The theater is straight down the hall through the double doors.
Okay.
Just past the restroom, it's on a continuous loop. I think it's just getting ready to restart. And
Okay.
then it's a self-guided tour through the museum.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They would run with you. They would run in the field. They would run without track, without a lure. They are one of the fastest animals on the face of the earth. Dating back to ancient history, greyhounds have been revered in art and culture, beloved for their endurance, grace, and heart. Their sporting life is based on the invention of the mechanical lure in the 1920s, transformed the sport into an organized race with regularly scheduled meets nationwide.
Very nice, very classy. But we followed the tracks wherever we heard one was starting up. Someone would say to my dad, "Say, I hear they've opened a joint in East St. Louis." To go to the track to see a fella. I was about 50 feet from the paddock where they were getting the race ready. when all at once I heard a dog barking. I thought, that sure sounds like Tommy, the kennel name of Sunburn, the first dog I ever owned. I had sold him and not seen him in more than 2 years. I looked at the program, and there it was, Sunburn. Well, I started toward the paddock, and that little dog went crazy trying to get to me. The post bell rang, and they left for the post. I can still see that little black face as he looked back over his shoulder on the track. He need not have worried, because I was there when he finished his race. I bought him right then. He was 7 years old. That was 60 years ago. Tears come to my eyes when I think of that little fellow remembering
Who nurture their competitive
Puppies.
spirit.
That's it, sweetheart.
Kevin and
starting a run, but On Leonardo's got matters in hand to the top of the lane, and On Leonardo for Wayne Ward, Jeff Wilcox, and Jack Jones wins Night of Stars, race 15.
Well, it's just too much to take in this place. Man, there's another place there. Race America. What's Catherine doing? First team All-Americans each year. Let's see the race. Come on.
That's Downing in the middle of the track on the inside. That's Selecto Speed on the outside. That's Nixon Moonshot. Into the first turn. Arco's Gift on the outside. Downing forges ahead on the inside. Now opens up a length lead. Arco's Gift is second. Ferry's Fawn third with Nixon Moonshot. Midway down the backstretch. That's Downing showing the way by a length. Arco's Gift is now second. Selecto Speed looks for room. Into the final turn. That's Downing on top of length. Arco's Gift's off strides. Into the final turn. That's Downing in front and all alone. The incredible Downing wins the World Classic.
Kind of overwhelming, isn't it?
It is. We get to see the dog outside. outside.
Yeah, I guess we need to go see the 6-year-old, right?
Where is he?
It's quite a sport. And then they take you through the gift store, of course. Man. $32.50 for a hat. Distance classic. And that's the gates, the starting gate. Starting box, they call it. See if we can find the one outside. My goodness. Just a whimpering.
I can't believe you can't stop that sound. That's kind of hard to believe. Oh, thank you. Why? What a handsome boy you are.
It's funny how he was just whimpering, wanting you to come over here.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh.
It's a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Wonder how fast he can go. You fast? Yeah. My goodness. Give us a race around the track. Come on.
Can you run? Let's run.
Get her. Come on.
Come on, you. Oh my goodness. You don't get to run very much anymore, huh?
They must let him go back inside or take him home
Yeah.
when it's later.
Out here, huh?
Yeah.
Good boy. Ooh, you're shedders.
Yep.
You're a shedding breed, aren't you? You wouldn't think so with all your short hair. Okay. That's a good boy. That's a good boy.
Okay, time to go. Greyhounds. We can do it. Eisenhower over there, across the street. And look at there, somebody's in a motorhome there. See if we can find our way out of here to the campground now, Canopolis or whatever it's called. All right, Kathy's bringing the big slide out, and I think it's gonna clear this okay. Yeah, we got plenty of room. Oops. Just barely clears. Yeah, it's clunking and clunking. Good, good, good. All hooked up. State campground called Canopolis. It's on some kind of lake. And we're here for 4 nights. Kind of a strange configuration here. Alright. You see the water in the back here.